श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। तत्त्वज्ञानोदयात् ऊर्ध्वं प्रारब्धं नैव विद्यते देहादीनां असत्त्वात्तु स्वप्नो यथा स्वप्नो विबोधतः उत्पन्नेपि प्रीवियस वर्स उत्पन्नेप्यात्मविज्ञाने प्रारब्धं नैव मुञ्चति इति यत् श्रूयते शास्त्रे तन्निराक्रियते अधुना। So, this is called Praudavada. There is one way of looking at the situation here, that one has these three types of karma the jiva is subject to this threefold karma. One is what is accumulated and kept in one's name, called sanchita. Then what is fructified now? Fructified in the form of a body and is getting exhausted in one's lifespan. That is called prak-arabdham karma, prarabdham karma. It will end itself. We need not do anything. The prarabdha will end. We need not do anything to end it. Sanchita, we need not end it because it will disappear in the wake of knowledge. Because it is kept in the name of so-and-so. The fellow is not there, it's like a Swiss account. A number account. Nobody knows the number the fellow has never given to anybody. And he is gone, it's over. Switzerland runs because of this kind of money. And therefore, so this lot of money, unaccounted, and nobody can get it back, claim it, because there is number account. And so one is the sanchita karma in the wake of knowledge. There is no individual anymore. Jiva. The file disappears. Like waking up from the dream. No karma. And therefore agami also, the future karma, in this life what is gathered, kept in suspense account, to be credited there, that also will disappear. Only prarabdha will continue because it has already come, and therefore mukta ishuvati, like a released arrow, it will travel for some time and then die. We need not do anything about it. Prarabdha kshayat nivartate prarabdham karma. This is karmajam tadatmyam. Because of karma, there is identity on the part of the jiva. There is association with this body. Until the karma is there, this association will be there. When you breathe out, it won't say bye-bye. The breath won't say bye-bye, prana. You breathe out, hoping it will come back. And suppose it says bye-bye, gone. Then you can't breathe out. Because once you know that this fellow will not come back, you will keep it inside. Therefore, you keep it inside and you will die. You blow out, you will die. And therefore, this prana has to keep you going. That is because of prarabdha. That's a time clock, ticking away. And therefore, this is a time clock. You are allowed to breathe so many times in this lifespan. So prarabdha is connected to this time clock. Once you breathe in and breathe out, one counted one. Then the clock called udana and ticks. One tick, tick. Breathe in, breathe out, tick. Breathe in, breathe out, tick. And if you live on a fast lane, you go, then you're tick. And so this fellow dies away. Jaldi dies away. And suppose you practice pranayama. Take, breathe in. Take. Then keep it for some time. Then take. Don't breathe in. It's called kumbhaka, bahi kumbhaka. Then take. In fact, it doesn't do tick. It waits for tick. Tick. tick, you have to breathe in, breathe out consciously. You live longer. Same number of ticks, but you live longer because you have stretched it. But then if I ask a question, what did you do in this stretched life? You have to say, I was breathing. So I am not impressed by that. And so, the other one is worst. Tick, 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 tick. Must be, that is a karmakṣayāt nivartate prarabdham. This is classical approach. So this classical approach is negated here. And this negation is not really dismissing the reality, dismissing that particular approach totally. But you should not go away with the idea that Atma is bound by prarabdha. And therefore, the Praudavada, Atma doesn't have any truck with any of these things because they are asat, mithya. If you understand, all the three karmas are gone. I give this Muhammad Yusuf, married in 1960, a woman, first marriage. Then in 1965, another marriage. In 1967, another marriage. He is allowed to have 4. And then 1972, another marriage. And then he can marry another 10. But he can, only 4 wives he can have at a time. Therefore, one he has to divorce. And for separation, there is nothing necessary, no court, nothing. He has to simply say, talak, 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 gone. At the same time he can say, now the Muslim women are fighting. You cannot say at the same time, 1 talak this month, another talak another month, another talak third month. And then you say, then in the meantime mind may change. And don't say immediately talak, talak, talak. So that is not, and the Maulvis are now, we have come to the conclusion, you should say talak, talak, talak at the same time. It's always a male wins there. Male wins, it's a male society. And therefore it's a male wins. Talak, talak, talak. If you read that fatwas, they've got all these edicts. Fatwa. Fatwa means an edict. And so there are many fatwas. One fellow says, if I drink again, I will give fatwa. You are responsible for my drinking. If I get angry again, I will give fatwa. If I get angry again, I will give fatwa. To you. Fatwa means talak, talak, talak. I will say talak. That is the fatwa. That is the edict. I will say talak. Then he says talak. If I get angry, if I drink, I will give talak. You are responsible for it. Think of that. So if she does that, then I will give talak. And if I do it also, I will give talak. You are responsible. Yeah. And so, this fellow, the Yusuf, Muhammad Yusuf, what happened? He died. 1973 he died. 72 was the last on marriage. Who will become the first widow? He got married 62, number 1. Number 2 is 65 or 66, I don't know what they say. And then 67 or whatever, 72. And 73 he died. Who will become the first wife? 64, correct? 62, you want to be married 62 first. She should become the first wife. She is the first wife and she becomes first widow. Then after a few years, second widow. After a few years, third widow. Third person becomes widow. Hey, come on. All these fellows, all these women are married to one fellow. And he passed away. All of them become widows. This fellow is what? Jiva. And the Jiva understood I am Brahman. Then gone. Jivatvam is gone, is become Mithya. Sanchita karma is gone, first widow. And the second widow, prarabdha karma is gone. And that is also a widow. Third one, agami. Kya baat hai? The future, he wanted to marry this woman. And that also is gone, finished. All the betrothal ceremony and all that gone. This is the argument. It's called Prauda argument, Praudavadam. It's important in Vedanta because Praudavadam gives you the real position so that what we say prarabdha is understood properly. Otherwise we will go away with the idea prarabdha, my prarabdha is no good. This is a new way of lamenting. There are many forms of lamentation and the new reason for lamenting is, so you are a Jivan Mukta, your prarabdha is very good and you have got a lot of people to adore you and my prarabdha is like this and so. Of course it's all prarabdha, but my prarabdha is not good. So he has got a new language for lamentation. And so anything you give it becomes a means for lamentation, another word. Previously people were getting upset. And now you say, now also you get upset. Why upset? No, he is too intellectual. Previously you were telling, he was too intellectual, doesn't have the expression, overt expression of emotion. And he's too intellectual, always reasons out everything. I want some emotion. So this was the original expression. Now the one says, oh, he's too left. I am left behind. He is too left. Left means intellectual. And right means emotion. Right comes in buckets. And left comes in scrolls. Because he knows left and right. Left is intellectual, right is emotion. Correct? Or ulta. I think I should be right. So left is intellectual, right is emotion. So emotion should be right only. And so, right brain. Left, right, brain I am talking about. Left brain, right brain. Then if you know more about this thing, that doesn't work. That's if you know a little more anatomy and the functions of various organs, you can say. So first fellow said, I have too much sugar in my blood. And the second fellow said, I am diabetic 2 or 1 or something they have got. And the third fellow says, my pancreas don't work. Because he knows pancreas. And then little more he knows the insulin assimilation doesn't exist. Is another one. You go on adding. If you know a little more, you have learned. But problem is, I can't eat sweet, okay? That's the problem. I am sweeter than what I want to be. So that's the issue. Therefore, this is another lamentation. My prarabdha is this I've been told like that. Swamiji, your prarabdha is good. Why it is good? You have got a lot of people to look up to you and therefore you feel good. hey, is it because of that I feel good? If there is nobody also, I should be okay. If I am not okay, then that's not what I have been working for. Therefore, I should be good with being myself. And you should also be good being yourself. That is what I am teaching. I am not teaching that how to gather people around. I am not teaching at all. I am teaching just being yourself, how you can be happy. You are happy. If you don't make a judgment, you are happy. Judgment is the problem. So you have to, this prarabdha becomes a basis of argument again. My prarabdha is no good. Then again you will ask how to change the prarabdha. So that even though I am Jivan Mukta, but I will be a happy Jivan Mukta. The fellow doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. That is why this kind of verses. This praudavadam is important. But in the context, not in the beginning you should say. Praudavadam, having said everything, then you negate what you have said also. And therefore your position becomes clear. It's a beautiful vadam. Because vastu is like that, the truth is like that. You can't take a stand. As long as you understand the position of the argument, it's perfect. Utpannepi atma vijnane. When the atma vijnanam, self-knowledge, is born, utpanne, atma vijnane, is born means there is no more ignorance and confusion about Atma. Atma vijnanepi utpanne. Even after gaining this knowledge, even api is there, even. Prarabdham na vimunchyati. Your prarabdha karma will not go away. That will continue. So like the band-aid, the fellow who did not count himself as the 10th one, there were 10 people crossing the river, the leader counted. Only 9 were there. He didn't count himself. When he didn't count himself, these are all students of one Mahatma, Paramananda. Paramananda is the name of the Mahatma. These Shishyas, these are all disciples of Paramananda. They are called Paramananda Shishyaha. These Paramananda Shishyas, 10 of them, counted, all of them counted. Only 9. 9. So therefore majority is rule. Majority rules. Therefore, so here now, gone. 10th man is gone. Dashamo nashtaha. And they have to find out the 10th man. Guru told them, don't go, I cannot come. Today I have got shraddha. I have to perform my shraddha to my father, and therefore I cannot come. You all go. Don't go. Then they said, I will take care of this leader. I will take care of them. In every class there will be a mota. There will be a big fellow. And he is the fellow who offered himself. And then he took them, and then now that fellow is missing. Then he said, how will I face the teacher? How will I face my parents? How will I face the parents of the fellow gone? And so he was so upset, and he hit himself on the tree, an old tree. It's all bleeding. And therefore his friend gave him a band-aid. Their own band-aid at that time, not Johnson & Johnson. So there was a band-aid, whatever that was, bandage was there. They gave him a bandage. Then The old man, when one old man came there and asked him, what is the problem? And he told, hey, come on, all of you count, please count. This fellow leader was called here. And he counted. Count in my presence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is the 10th man? Hey, you are the 10th man. Tattva-masi. This is the Tattva-masi. You are the 10th man. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. He didn't say Eureka. Because he has to then explain what happened. So this is a discovery where you need not talk about, you can't talk about it. Because you have to tell the mistake first. And therefore, that's foolishness. So nobody talks about it. It's a quiet discovery. And it's a quiet discovery, but he's free from his sadness. Abba, he's saved. What a relief. I am the 10th man. It's called moksha. And he is mukta. Even though he is free, band-aid continues. This band-aid, another 3 days it will be there. So that will be there. So gathered at the time of foolishness, okay? So during the period of foolishness, now he is no more. And during the period of ignorance, band-aid was gained. And band-aid continues even though he is no more ignorant, correct? This is called prarabdha. When somebody says prarabdha means you will remember this. Band-aid. Band-aid will continue. Na vimunchati. It doesn't go away. Even though they say like this, it is an argument. Iti yat shruyate shastre. Thus what is heard in the Shastra, what is read in the Shastra, tat nirakriyate aduna. That is being dismissed now. We say that. That is being discussed right now. The Upanishad also tells, and the other Shastras, other books that comment upon the Upanishad Vakyas, they also talk about this, all the Acharyas talk about it. But that also is negated here to make the reality become very clear to you. That's the idea. Tatvajnanodayat urdhvam prarabdvam naiva vidyate dehādīnām asattvātu yathā swapno vibodataḥ yathā swapnaḥ tatvajnanodayat urdhvam prarabdvam naiva vidyate. My God. Even after gaining the knowledge of Tattva, the reality, Atma, as Brahman, as Ishvara, and Urdhvam afterwards also, Prarabdham naiva vidyate, na vidyate eva. There is no chance of Prarabdha being left out. Why? For whom is the Prarabdha? Prarabdha is there means for whom? Atma. Atma is not born. Atma will not be born. And therefore Atma is always unborn, Nitya. Therefore Prarabdha for whom? Anatma itself has no reality. And therefore it doesn't exist. Therefore Atma should be included. Only Ajnana it is there, Atma is not subject to Prarabdham, or Sanchitam, or Agami, Kriyamanam. Atma is Nitya Sangha. Therefore it has no karma. This is a Praudavada. So, Tattva Jnanodayat Urdhvam, even after the rise of the knowledge of reality, Prarabdham naiva vidyate. Prarabdham is not there at all. Dehādīnām asattvat yathā swapno vibodataḥ. Just as swapna, the dream and the dream actions, karmas that you do in the dream, vibodhataha. So after you are waking up, so this supna has no any asatvat, has no reality anymore. For the person who is awake now, vibodhataha swapnaha na vidyate. Swapna karma and swapna kartri, all the karakas. The one who did the karma in swapna did something wrong, and that fellow himself is gone. That swapna drishta himself is gone. Pure drishiswarupa. What is there is only drishiswarupa. Means the pure chaitanyam consciousness. It doesn't have any kind of connection to karma in the swapna. Even the waker doesn't have any connection to swapna. Similarly, when the waker gains this knowledge, then Atma is unborn. Ajaha, nityaha, shashvataha, puranaha. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha. This one is never born, it never grows, it never dies. This is Atma, avyaya. Where is prarabdha? This is the proud argument. So, because dehadinam asatvat. Why? Because dehadinam asatvat. The body, mind, sense complex, all of them are being asatvat, being mithya. In the Atma you don't find it. Atma is the one subject to prarabdha. Atma you have come to understand as not subject to prarabdha or sanchita. And therefore what is this? So this is the latest wife also. This is the one. Karma janmantariyam yate prarabdham iti kirtitam tattu janmantara bhavat puṃsaḥ naivasti karhichate. What is this prarabdham? The prarabdham karma you have to gather. It is not somebody gives you. It is not Hajj Yatra. Government of India gives you a ticket. You go to Hajj and comes back. This is a very interesting thing. So, our Muslim minority, they call it minority. But they have these two religions in India, they say minority. They want to become majority. And they are not minority. The whole world is there with them. And therefore they are not minority. Religion-wise is not minority. They are all over. They say minority. The government of India gives them a ticket, Hajj ticket. He decides to go on yatra, and government of India gives the ticket. Go and come. Hajj ticket to Mecca. And then therefore they go by Air India. Free. Malum hai? Free. Yeah? And anybody wants to go to Mecca, they want to have an air travel, and therefore, so you call yourself Sultan and go and come back. India. This is India. America also will become like that, no problem. Europe has already become. Therefore, so this is how it goes on. Now, like this, the jiva wanted to come to the earth. Bhagavan said, that's all right, ticket le lo. Ye to prarabdha karma. So Bhagavan did not give, God did not give you a ticket called a prarabdha ticket. And this will last as long as you live there. And so this is good for you. For 70 years you can live, 80 years you can live there. Therefore this is the ticket you know. Is given. No, you have earned it. So if I have earned it, then I had a previous janma, correct? So if I had a previous janma, I was born before. Therefore, janmantariya is prarabdha. Purva janma. So Purva Janma was responsible, previous Janma means not one Janma. All other Janmas, I had gathered karmas. And those karmas really account for what we say prarabdha. And which bring about this body into being, this incarnation. So this prarabdha karma is there only when I had a previous birth. What do you learn from Vedanta? You had a previous birth, now hereafter you won't have any birth. Atma had previous birth, now it won't have any birth. Then if Atma had previous birth, Atma will have future birth also. For some time I won't be born, and suddenly I will be born. If Atma had previous birth, the same descending colon. And therefore, so this, then previous Atma had previous birth, then definitely it will have another birth also. And therefore, if I get moksha from previous birth, from any birth, then how long I will be free from birth? Because Atma is subject to birth. Suddenly it will be born again. No question of controlling that. Because why it was born before? This is all not so correct. Because we see in the Shastra, Atma is never born. It was never born. It is never not subject to time. Therefore, birth is not there. So, yesha chitihi na udeti nastam yeti vriddhim na yati kshayam na yati swayam vibhati. So, this is what Atma. Never born, never goes, and never grows also. If it grows, you will understand. But Atma has a body of its own, and therefore it becomes bloated, sometimes emaciated. Atma is very drooped because of Papa. And then Papa goes, it becomes little, it gets up again to droop. And this is the Atma. Vriddhim na yati, kshayam na yati, swayam vibhati. So, it shines by itself. Anyan bhasayati. And it lights up everything else. This is the Atma. This is how we learn. Where is prarabdha? When the previous janma is not there, where is prarabdha? Praudavada. Understand? It's called praudavada. Karma janmantariyam yate prarabdham iti kirtitam. Janmantariyam karma prarabdham iti yat kirtitam. What is generally said as, so old, the karma of the previous janma constitutes prarabdha. That's not totally true. Tattu janmantara abhavat naivasti puṃsaḥ karhichate. For no person, it is not possible because there is no janmantara bhavat. Another janma is not there. For the Atma, previous janma was not there. That is how I learned. When I learned, there was no previous janma, there is no future janma, there is no current janma. Janma itself is not there. When the janma is not there, then where is the question of prarabdha karma? Is not there at all. So in the process he talks about Atma. These are all meant for contemplation, not for argument. Swapna deho etadhyastha tatayvayam yidehakaha adhyastasya kuto janma janma bhavegi tat kutaha. in the dream, we imagine a body for ourselves. You create a dream and then you create a body for yourself. It's some kind of avatar without knowledge. You create a body for yourself, created the world, Ishvara. Then created a body for yourself, avatar. That is avatar. Like you created a body. And you imagined a body is a projection. And this body goes and walks and all these things happen. Purely Atmani Adhyastha. The Swapna Deha, the body in the dream, is superimposed upon yourself. This is Swapna Deha. Atmani Adhyastha. Similarly, I am he, Dehakaha, this body, this small little body, Kutsidarte Kapratyaya, and this little body, bound by time, subject to every mosquito. So this body, this body, having its own problems, this body, Dehakaha, superimposed upon Atma. What kind of Atma? Satchidananda Atma, limitless Atma. This Tathayvayam hi Dehakaha, and therefore Adhyastasya kuto janma. You are talking of previous janma, pakaran janma. Prarabdha is there only when there is janma, when there is birth. And the birth is possible because of previous birth. And that was possible because of previous birth. That was possible because of some previous birth. Thus you gathered karma to be born here. Hey, birth itself is not possible. Why? Because adhyastasya kuto janma. You imagine a body there, and then, therefore there is a body. What is there is no body. That is what it is. Jyoti. What is there is Jyoti. Pure consciousness, light of consciousness. There is nothing. But then you imagine something, therefore the whole thing is adhyastha. What is there is aham. That aham is this atma. Aham means atma. And that is limitless consciousness. Where is the body? I search for it, it is not there. And therefore, so the whole thing is adhyastha. Then adhyastasya kudo janma. So what is superimposed? There is no birth. No, you are not celebrating superimposed birthday, superimposed Atma. And therefore, Deha is superimposed upon the Atma, and for which alone is birthday. What is birthday? What is prarabdha? Adhyastasya kuto janma. Janma abhave tat kutahana. When the birth is not there, where is janma? When the birth is not there, where is Deha? Adhyastha Deha. Birth itself is not there, birth itself is Adhyasa. The body itself is born because it is Adhyasa. Adhyastasya kuto janma. And when Adhyastha, janma is not there for Adhyastha Deha, then where is Deha? And then where is Prarabdha? Where is Sanchita? Where is Agami? Muhammad Yusuf is gone. Therefore everything is gone. Jiva is Muhammad Yusuf. Upadanam prapanchasya mridbhandasyeva katyate ajñānam chaiva vedantai tasmin nishtekva vishvata tasmin nishtekva vishvata upadanam prapanchasya mridbhandasya iva katyate. mridbandasya upadanam. The material cause for an earthenware, a big pot, vessel, earthen vessel, a big pot, let's say. Similarly, means that is that the mrit is the vessel. The mrit-born vessel, clay-born vessel is clay. And similarly, this sat-born, sat is Brahman, and sat-born world is sat. The entire prapancha is sat. It is sat. Sat means satyam, truth, Brahman, advayam, non-dual, Brahman. He said non-dual, Brahman-born Jagat is Brahman. Mrit Banda is Mrit. Clay vessel is clay. Therefore, Ajnanam chaiva vedantaihi tasmin nashte kva vishvata. Vedanta says that there is a prapancha other than Brahman is pure Ajnanam. Pure ignorance alone. Ajnanam also can be taken Maya. Sometimes they use it also. You see, therefore it is. It becomes like that. When you talk from the truth, it's called Drishti Srishti. I told you Praudavada. We are talking of Praudam. So, the whole Jagat, where is Jagat? It's only Vastu, Sat. You think of a Jagat other than yourself. You think of an object other than yourself. Sat. And therefore, you are the Satya. As long as your Ajnanam is there, then only all this would be there. Therefore, Ajnanam is responsible for you to say there is a world other than you. And Vedanta tells that by Vedantahi, Ajnanam is the Jagat Karanam. Iti Katyate Vedantahi. Tasmin Nashte, in the wake of knowledge, when this Ajnanam is gone, then where is Kva Vishvata? Where is the possibility of this prapancha being there? When the prapancha is not there, your body is included, body is not there. When the body is not there, where is prarabdha karma? Where is prarabdha karma? Understand? Therefore, only when you accept there is a Vishwa, then there is prarabdha, jiva, everything. So it explains away the differences and the continuity of an enlightened person. Really speaking, it doesn't say you will not live afterwards. It doesn't say that. Yeah, nobody will come to this. Suppose I say, with the moment you understand you are Brahman, your body will disappear, mind will disappear, everything will disappear, world will disappear. Oh, Swamiji, when I die, please come and tell me. Then doesn't matter. Yeah, nothing disappears. Somebody has to take care of this, okay? You disappear, leaving the responsibility for others to dispose of. Huh? You have to. So, some people write exactly what is to be done. Yeah, they say that. So it gives that my body should be given, my eyes must be given to the my hospital, eye bank, my liver should be given, kidney should be given. All of them are limping and useless anymore. But he donates all of them. So the body should be given, that should be given. The rest of it should be given to the anatomy department. And it's all big donation. All the money, etc., should go to my son. Arshavidya doesn't come into the picture. பொல்லாத பையங்க. So this and this will not disappear. Nothing will disappear. Only ignorance will disappear. Because of prarabdha. We are talking this prarabdha has nothing to do with Atma. That's all. Then from the standpoint of the body alone, we say prarabdha. Body mentions complex continues, and therefore there is prarabdha is there as though. The whole thing is as though. Yathā rajjum parityajya sarvaṃ grihణāti vibramāt tadvat satyam abhiඥāya jagat paśyati mūdati. Yathā rajjum parityajya sarvaṃ grihణāti vibramāt. Sarpam vai grihnati, brahmat, hetu. Just as parityajya, one parityajya, giving up. Giving up means not taking into account what the rope that is there, which is the vastu, which is the reality. So, completely giving up means not taking into account the existence of rope. Sarpam grihnati. The person takes that object, rope, as snake. Sarpam grihnati. Due to what? Brahmat. There is no reason except Brahma. Not due to some reason. Because today he took pizza, therefore he saw. There is no reason. He ate pizza, and therefore he saw the rope or snake. Is there any connection? There is no connection. Brahmat. That is the reason. There is no reason except Brahma. Not seeing it. Not seeing the rope. It's not that every time he sees the rope, he sees snake. That's not true. Whole lifetime, rope is snake. That means in the house there is any rope, you will see snake. That's not true. Brahmat. There is no reason. And the reason is akasmat. There is no answer to kasmat. What is the reason? There is no reason. That's right. Therefore unreasonable. You can't say unreasonable. Unreasonable to be proved reasonably. Okay? Yeah, unreasonable because there is a wrong reason. And therefore it is unreasonable. Here there is no reason. Brahma. So then how? If there is no reason, how I have Brahma? Brahma means delusion, mistake. Then why you get mistake? That means you are subject to commit mistakes. That's the only reality. You can commit mistakes. If ignorance of the rope is there, mistake will be there, you will take it differently. So can I have ignorance as well as, and I won't commit the mistake? I see the rope, and I don't see the rope. I see the rope, the object, but I don't see it as rope. Can I take it as rope, commit mistake? Rope. Rope as rope, possible also. It's a mistake is a blessing in disguise. You took it, not clearly seeing it as rope, Then afterwards you see it, yes, rope only, you confirm it, rope. Correct? That is not mistake. That is, the beginnings of vague knowledge is there, no pukka knowledge is there. Therefore, if you are ignorant of rope, you have to take it as something other than rope. And you take it whatever it is. You can take it for water hose. You can take it for a cleavage in water. On the earth, ground. And or you can take it as a streak of water. Or a piece of cloth. The tail of a kite. You can take anything, mistake. Any other thing you take, it's not taken into account by you also and others also. You may commit the mistake and walk. You may take it for a stick and walk. No problem, correct? Yes, stick also is harmless. And this rope also is harmless. You take it as a rope or snake, not snake, a rope or stick, no problem. You walk. Like this we commit a lot of mistakes and then we get along with our life. But only when you see the snake, that's a problem. You have to deal with it. Similarly, Jagat, you have to deal with it. You have got to deal with this. And therefore, that is why the samsara means dukkha. And you have to deal with it. I am small, you have to deal with it. That I can't accept myself, you have to deal with it. That's why it's an issue. That's why rope snake we bring in. Any other mistake doesn't make any difference in life. And therefore, Brahmat, just Brahma. Tadvat satyam avijñāya, not knowing what is satyam, avijñāya, jagat pasyati mudadihi. Mudadihi, mudadihi isya. The one whose buddhi is clouded, not clear. In this Vishaya, he is called Mudadihi. This Mudadihi, being not clear about what is what, Satyam avijñāya, Vishvam pasyati. Vishvam means Vivida Pratyagamyam. That means many things, all are real. If all are real, you are also real. Yes. One of them. Yes. I am also one of them. Yes. Then they are many, yes. Then you are one of them means how big you are. One of them. There are many planets. There are many stars. Our star is the sun. One of them. There is one already. Among billions it is one of them. Nothing. And there are many planets. I am one of them. Our planet is one of them. Nothing. Nothing. It is not even a pixel in the universe. And there, America. And there, Pennsylvania. And there, unknown Sailorsburg. Nobody knows. You have to say opposite to the flea market. So this one, this place. And you are sitting in one chair. I am one of them. What one of them? You are one of them? What one of them? This is what I am. You have to deal with the smallness. And so, Satyam avijñāya. But in fact, you are only one that is there. This one of them goes, I am the only one that is there, Satyam. Everything else is me. Then Vishwam is me. Therefore, we can understand what kind of mistake is this. So easily we can move complete, I think. Yeah. It looks like we can finish it. But we'll see. I have decided anyway. Let us see, unless I get stuck somewhere. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Hari Om